Peace. Happy Monday. It is the beginning of a new week unless you start your week on Sunday. And it is the second day of your week. Either way, today is a new day and what we do today matters most. This Mind Prep Monday, I wanted to talk about finding your peace of mind. Lauryn Hill has a song called Finding Your Peace of Mind. She also has a song that I really like called Get Out. And music has always been, and for most people, is the thing that kind of can bring you back. There's a meme that says, when you're sad, you understand music, and when you're happy, you feel it, right? Or you enjoy it. I'm misquoting it, but it's something like that. So, I have friends that really like the composition of music, all the different vocals, all the different accoutrements, and then just overall together the lyrics, right? And some people say the lyrics are a bonus, but for me, the lyrics make the song, right? I determine a lot of what I listen to by what it says. Again, we talked about feeding your mind, not just feeding your body, but feeding your mind, feeding your soul, feeding your spirit, and making sure that you're being good to yourself on every facet. So today I wanted to talk about finding your peace of mind. Like, what is it that brings you peace? For me, it's being with my kids. I worked a lot. And they're still young, but I worked a lot during their short years on this earth, and I couldn't tolerate it. I felt like I was missing too much. And, whatever you don't hate, you tolerate. And it got to the point where I just couldn't tolerate it. So I had to start sacrificing and making changes so that I can still be the responsible adult that I know that I am, but also be the mother that I want to be, which means what kind of jobs can I work that's going to allow me to bring them so that, I get to see them. I get to turn around and be like, oh, there they are. Look at them doing whatever the case may be. Or at least when I get finished doing what I'm doing, they right there by my side. That's my peace, right? My peace is being present. To no fault of my mom's, she did everything that she could do, right? But she moved away to be with my dad. And in Ohio, we didn't have family. We had to create family. So she had to entrust other people with the responsibility of watching us and tending to us from time to time while she worked. No harm, no foul, right? I just know that for me, I can't deal, especially now with the way this world is. And I'm sure it was still the same then. I mean, any parent is concerned about the upbringing of their children, and they're very conscious and aware of who they allow around their kids. So where do you find your peace? Like, on every avenue, where do you find your peace within yourself? Like, are you, again, I talk a lot about doing routines, because routines allow you to see what you got to get done. It allows you to prioritize. Maybe this is more important than that. Maybe you can do these two things at once. Routines are the bomb, but routines take discipline. Discipline to be like, this is what I'm going to do in these steps, and then do it in those steps, and then don't stop, or at least slow down until you get all the way through, right? And finding your peace means that you have to either know or learn your worth. And growing up, I know, for example, myself, I have undervalued myself far too many times. In applying for jobs, maybe I don't feel like I have the credentials when I actually have more than I know, right? There was one, and this was my game changer, right? I learned from my experience, and before kids, I used to make guaps because, again, I had no kids, so I didn't have, like, extra money to dole out for other things that they needed, that similar to what I need, clothes, food, etc. Right now you got to spread it out for more people. But when I was young, I didn't know how to manage the money. It just kind of went where it went. And as I got older and becoming a parent changed my mind on that. What happened was I was working hard and bringing in good dough, and then my oldest was born. And first and foremost, while I was pregnant and carrying a child, it's not like I didn't feel the respect that was deserving of a person who is carrying a child. But then when I came back and made the request that, hey, I got this newborn, my whole life, my whole physical internal composition has changed, and I would really like to be able to work days so that I can get myself onto a routine and get my child into a routine. And they were like, no. But then, to add insult to injury, they allowed this older man with no kids to solely work days. And that's when I noticed the tension within me started. I was frustrated, I was tired, and I was mad at my baby, my poor baby that didn't even ask to be here on this earth. So I changed jobs. I took a pay cut, and that's when it clicked, right? I began to live the same life with less finances, right? And then as I started to make more, I was like, oh, well, this extra I don't even need, because I've done it with way less and I know how to do it with way less. So then I began to find my peace. My peace was in doing what I needed to do to be with my children, or at the time my child. And it hasn't changed. Everything that I do now, every sacrifice that I make now is, one, in acknowledgement that they continuously get older. They continue to grow, and eventually they're going to be adults like we are, and they're going to be doing their own thing. And at that time, when that time comes, I don't want to sit there and be like, okay, so now what? What do I do with myself? And the beauty of that is that you get to find out who you are. Like, everybody gets to grow together. That's the beauty to me of parenthood. I get to grow as a parent, and I get to grow as a person alongside my children. They push me to redefine my life. And really, they show me what peace is, because everything to them is brand new, and they have the compassion and the empathy and the joy and the love. It's innate. What happens is we get scarred, we get bruised, we get damaged, we get traumatized, and we lose it, or we get guarded. And the problem with guarding ourselves, while we think we're protecting ourselves, we're also now putting up a barrier and blocking anything that may be good and trying to get to us, to help us heal, to help us grow, to help us learn, to help us achieve new and higher heights. So, it's Mind Prep Monday. Think about the thing that brings you peace, right? And one of the main things that will bring you peace is knowing your worth, and then adding tax. Now, this one, it may be a hard pill to swallow for some, because you may not know your worth. And I say this in class, and again, I relate it to fitness because that rings most true to me. Sometimes you made a bad decision, or you look at something that happened and you're like, yo, I'm smarter than that. I know better than that. And initially, the thought process is you beat up on yourself instead of being gentle and being like, okay, it's okay. You made a mistake. Now it's time to turn around. Now it's time to turn the opposite way, or whatever way. We just gonna not go that way anymore. And now, with that thought in mind, we still have to walk the other direction while this thing is pulling at us. Like, remember when you didn't love yourself? Remember when you didn't take care of yourself? Remember how easy it was to just sit down and go to sleep, or just eat food and complain, or be depressed and just exist? And now you're turning around and be like, no, I know better than that. I honor myself more than that. That is where, for me, I found peace, right? Instead of, I I talked with somebody and they had said that they were too dependent on people, and truthfully it may just be that they undervalue themselves, right? You give unwillingly or subconsciously people the upper hand because you don't believe enough in yourself that you can do it and that you can accomplish a thing through hard work and dedication, and not to anything else but yourself and whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, whether it be your fitness goals, your financial goals, or your spiritual goals. Everything is a process that requires a routine of a daily habit. When you break down your goals into what you can do daily, for example, let's say you have a new business and it's marketing. Part of it is going to be getting out there and talking to people. It's going to be a numbers game. How many people can you put yourself in front of, right? And say the thing over and over and over again until people begin to start saying the thing over and over again for you. Whether you use social media, whether you use Instagram, Snapchat, or however you use your marketing, it's a numbers game. And for those of you who don't or are not used to being in the spotlight, it can be hard being like, hey, here I am, here's this thing I'm doing, support me or don't support me, but I'm gonna keep pushing it in your face until you either ride with me or you roll out. However, it's absolutely necessary that you do that. Why? Because nobody knows you and your triumphs and your testimony. I posted a story today because in church they played the song, I'm glad I made it through. I looked at my face and I was like, man, I look a little sad. I'm not sad, right? And that's the part I love about that song, because he says, my tears are proof that I'm still alive. Like, I'm still here and I'm glad I made it through. There are more obstacles down the road, I promise you. The rain is still going to continue to come, but after the rain comes the rainbow, and a rainbow cannot come without the rain. There is always a silver lining, and through it, you have to learn that it's all meant for your greater good. It's all meant to make you stronger. And again, I always relate it to fitness because it is a pain in which I can control, right? I'm fortunate not to have suffered any detrimental losses. I'm blessed that my mom and dad are still here with me. My brother is still here with me. My core family that I grew up with, they're all still here in this world, walking around, and I can talk to them, I can touch them, right? I don't know. I can empathize because I can understand what a loss like that can do to a person. However, I have not experienced it, so it doesn't translate for me yet, right? I know that if I don't take care of myself, my mental health, my physical health, then when that time comes, I may break in a way that I may not even be able to cater and care for my children, and I don't want that, right? So again, for me, fitness is a daily practice of preparing myself for life, preparing my mind and my body to be stronger than the things that I see in front of myself, and then any pain that may come, because I know that I can transfer, right? Has anybody ever told you, oh, my head hurts, and they say, okay, well, let me break your thumb? Why? Because now you're not thinking about your head, you're thinking about your thumb. Fitness is that for me, and I assume for many people that choose to do it. It's therapeutic when I can say, okay, I'm in emotional pain, but I can change that emotional pain to physical pain, and through that physical pain, release endorphins and create my own happiness. And I get mileage out of it, right? There's a reward from doing the physical pain versus the emotional pain. They talked about this in service on Sunday as well. Women are more emotional, and a girlfriend and I were talking about this, how powerful we are as women, because we can use that emotion, positive or negative, to either make someone feel, let's say, for example, the opposite sex, we can drive you crazy, or we can make you feel like a king simply through emotion. generally. And unfortunately, the opposite is not true, because men are very logical. They're very A plus B equals C, right? What you end up hearing then is, when they feel the imbalance, right, is that they're abusive. They're either physically abusive, verbally abusive. They're forcing themselves, because mentally and emotionally they're not taught how to use those things to redirect or transmute or change the energy. One, which is why we need to allow our men to be emotional, be allowed to be in touch with their emotions, so that when they encounter women or people who are emotional, they can relate and empathize and understand and be able to communicate on that level. I digress though. Mind Prep Monday. It's all about finding your peace, right? Some people find their peace in fitness. Some people find their peace in God. Some people find their peace in something else, right? Mine is a compilation of all of that. Through fitness, I got redirected back to God. Like, everything gets redirected back to God. You lose everything and you still have everything, right? You know your worth because you realize that regardless of what you want to call it, there's a higher power. Like, you came here from something. I, as a woman, witnessed a seed within my body grow into a human being. I witnessed a time where I didn't have any people that looked like me, and now I have two. And they look like different versions of me mixed with their father and their father's family and my family. It's amazing. They didn't exist and now they do. Right? So Mind Prep Monday, it's about finding peace. Right? One of my mentors had said this maybe a year or so ago in class, that she knew somebody, a cancer survivor, and she was getting ready to pass, and she was okay. She was fine with everything she had done in her life. There were no regrets. She had said all her goodbyes. She was at peace. And in this life, being that the race, the finish line for all of us is the same, right? We know what's going to happen. We were born to die, and in between, we hopefully walk in our purpose and share our gifts and our light and our talent with those that enjoy being around us, right? Between there and the finish line, we must find peace so that there are no regrets. It's not, oh man, I wish I should have, could have, did. I wish I would have, had of, whatever. You only get one chance. One chance. Every day you get another chance to put effort into whatever the thing is, but you only get one life, right? And sometimes, most times, every time, you're blessed with second and third chances to get up and be like, okay, this time I'm gonna bet on me. This time I'm going to put all my faith in me and in the person that made me, or the thing that made me, the reason why I'm here. So this Mind Prep Monday, I challenge you to find the thing that brings you peace and go after it. Make sure that, again, whatever goals you have, you are at peace with why and how you have to get there. And if you're not at peace, begin shedding those things that don't bring you that alignment within yourself. Begin to learn what your worth is, and then add tax. Begin to understand how great and powerful you are by simply becoming great and powerful. And it won't happen overnight. However, the more you enjoy the journey, the more you're like, okay, I'm doing this with intention, with purpose, with reason, and the end goal is going to be amazing because I've put in the work. I put in the time, I've put in the effort, and most importantly, I've sealed it all up with love and patience and faith. And then I send that intention out there and I work for it. So it's Mind Prep Monday. Think about the things that bring you peace and do more of that every day. Again, being physically fit is a mental game. regain control of your mind, you'll regain control of your life, and you'll move different. Things will look different. Things will be more beautiful. You'll be more at peace and more compassionate with people around you because you're like, yo, I'm just working on it too. And anything that I can do to help and assist you, and anything you can do to help and assist me, will be beautiful. And then we both blossom and grow together, but separately, unless you're in a one-on-one relationship. I hope that y'all have an amazing day. And don't forget, tonight I do teach at the Kroc Center. And we have a very special guest. She is a cancer survivor. So please wear your pink just to make sure that she feels nice and warm and welcome. Because, again, it takes courage to step out of your comfort zone. And we've all been there. So I'm asking that if you come to class tonight, please wear some form of pink pants, pink shirt, pink whatever. Put on some pink for me, please. And again, Mind Prep Monday. Let's find our peace. Whatever we have to do daily, right? Because peace is created daily. Peace, happiness, confidence, we create them daily. As an instructor, I know I step into the classroom and I'm like, hey, these people don't necessarily know who you are. You must show them. And I pull from my jar of confidence, right? And I go out there and I do my thing the best way I can to inspire and motivate and hopefully change somebody's mind about being dedicated to themselves, so that whatever goal that they have, they feel even more empowered and more encouraged to go get. So, find your peace, know your worth, and add tax. Y'all have an amazing Monday. I'll check you later. Peace.